At your own wedding ceremony, you played an inappropriate video. Initially, relatives and friends thought you were just being playful, but upon closer inspection, they realized the female lead in the video was today's bride, Liu Ruyan, and the male lead was not you. Just as everyone was in shock, they noticed that the bride, Liu Ruyan, had not yet arrived. Amidst the puzzled looks of all the relatives and friends, you held a microphone in one hand and dialed Liu Ruyan's phone number. She didn't answer the first call, but you didn't give up and called again. This time, after a few rings, the call finally connected. From the other end, the sound of honking was clearly audible, and the guests could even hear the roar of an engine. Everyone was discussing, wondering why Liu Ruyan drove away. Was the eldest daughter of the Liu family planning to run away from the wedding? You calmly asked, "Where are you? Why did you leave?"
Liu Ruyan impatiently said, "I have important matters to handle. The engagement banquet can be rescheduled later." You asked, what important matters could be more important than our engagement banquet? And Liu Ruyan's angry and impatient voice came through the phone. "I said it can be rescheduled later. I'm driving. Let's not talk now." You shouted angrily, "You say reschedule and it's rescheduled. What do you take the whole venue and guests who came from afar for?"
What do you take my Chen family for? I spent half a year preparing this engagement banquet and you think just saying reschedule will settle it. In the end, you even went so far as to ruin your own reputation by saying, reschedule with whom?
Is the groom still me? As soon as these words were spoken, the entire room fell silent. Liu Ruyan was also startled, wondering if this was still the same Chen Mo she knew.
Chen Mo, what nonsense are you talking about? Are you trying to call off the wedding?
I'm afraid the one wanting to call off the wedding isn't me, right?
I already told you. I need to rush to the hospital first. Someone there is waiting for me to save their life.
You chuckle. Are you a doctor? You think you can save people by going there? Then tell me, who is lying in the hospital?
Is it that urgent? Can't it wait even a moment? You had to leave during the ceremony. Everyone below the stage, even the Liu family, was puzzled. At such a critical moment, who could have such charm to make the famously aloof eldest daughter of the Liu family leave and drive to the hospital herself? Then, Liu Ruyan coldly said, "My assistant, Yefan." Hearing these words, the audience was in an uproar. Isn't Yefan Liu's assistant? After graduating, President Liu personally recruited him. It is said that Yefan is as handsome as Panan, and is very close with the eldest daughter of the Liu family, almost like best friends. How can there be a male best friend in a wealthy family? Seeing the surrounding commotion, the elderly lady of the Liu family, Liu Huiqin, couldn't sit still and immediately arranged for someone to take your phone. Unfortunately, you had already made arrangements, hiring 200 energetic young men for 10 yuan each to guard layer by layer. You continued to ask, what happened to him?
Is it a cold and fever this time? Or was he hit by a bicycle? I've always doubted your relationship. Who is really the president of the Liu family? If he's just a minor assistant, how can he make the eldest daughter of the Liu family abandon her fiancé and rush to serve him?
Chen Mo, can you stop making sarcastic remarks? He is both my assistant and my friend. Disrespecting him is disrespecting me.
Upon hearing this, your heart skipped a beat. Yes, do you know the consequences of disrespecting this assistant? Ruined family, corpses lying around. It was because of Yefan that you met an untimely death. Now reborn, you will step by step bring disgrace to this pair of scoundrels, making them infamous for eternity. Making them famous is the first step of the plan. At this point, you continued, "It seems this friend of yours is more important than me, your fiancé. In that case, make a choice. Who do you choose, Yefan or me?" Liu Ruyan didn't expect you to say such words, forcing her into this situation. In her heart, she and Yefan are as close as siblings, yet you so sordidly speculate about their relationship. Answer me, who do you choose? At this moment, you are still pressing aggressively. Liu Ruyan secretly compares in her heart and realizes that Yefan seems to understand her better, making everything go smoothly for her. She blurts it out. After speaking, she hurriedly hangs up the phone and speeds off to the hospital. But as soon as she says it, she feels an inexplicable palpitation in her chest, as if someone crucial is leaving her. Meanwhile, on the other side, all the relatives and friends in the audience hear her choice firsthand, and no one speaks well of her anymore. The cold goddess's image shattered completely. Old Lady Liu felt an unprecedented sense of shame. She resented Liu Ruyan for being disappointing and blamed you for being ruthless, making such a scene in front of so many people. She then called over a Liu family servant.
"Go find that unfilial daughter for me, immediately. If that Yefan is dead, then so be it. If he's not, make sure he really gets hit and dies."
At the same time, Liu Ruyan had arrived at the hospital, running through the hospital corridor in a pure white wedding dress. No one had ever seen a bride in a wedding dress at the hospital. Everyone was guessing what the situation was. Some love-struck girls had already imagined a major car accident. This beauty's boyfriend must be very ill, suffering from a terminal illness, and probably won't make it through the night, so his girlfriend came in her wedding dress to give him one last ceremony. Thinking of this, some girls couldn't wait to take out their phones to take pictures and post them online. In the previous life, it was because of the online public opinion fermenting that once the identities of the people involved were revealed, you wore a green hat for life. In the past life, after Liu Ruyan ran away from the wedding, although the Liu family severely punished Liu Yan and planned to deal with Yefan, Liu Ruyan still threatened with her life to protect his name, and you, Fei Yangyang, naturally chose to forgive. Your love was depicted by online keyboard warriors as a playboy who snatched love away, using family power to oppress the Liu family and forced them to marry you. It was you who broke up Liu Ruyan and Ye Fan, while Ye Fan, like a resilient protagonist, lived on stubbornly. Though unwilling, he still loved Liu Ruyan and always stayed by her side. In the eyes of the world, you are the most evil villain.
All of this Liu Ruyan knew, but she never explained for you. She only protected Ye Fan's reputation, with no regard for you. At this moment at the wedding banquet, you hold the microphone and say emotionally to the audience, since the eldest daughter of the Liu family has made her choice, I will fulfill her wishes. Although Liu Huqin doesn't know what you are going to say, she feels a bit uneasy and is determined to stop me from continuing. She drags her rage body to the front of the stage and tries to dissuade, saying,
Chen Mo, if there's anything, let's close the door and discuss it as a family. Ruyan is young and doesn't understand things. She lost her composure, and we will teach her. Come down and give me the microphone.
Looking at Liu Huqin in front of you, the person you've called grandma for many years, your expression becomes somewhat dazed. The Chen family has always had few members. Even before you were born, your grandparents passed away one after another, and during high school, your parents died in an accident. In the end, you were the only one left to support the large Chen family. At that time, it was the Liu family who gave you care and warmth. However, the Liu family's actions... The hidden purpose is to annex the entire Chen family's assets. Living again, you will never let such history repeat itself. Madame Liu, your surname is Liu. Mine is Chen. How can we be considered family? Since your granddaughter made her choice, your grandson-in-law is not me, but Ye Fan, and I am now speaking to you as the head of the Chen family. Liu Huqin, seeing that the emotional appeal failed, looked desperately at the person on stage, and you turned to the audience below, apologetically saying, sorry everyone, for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend my engagement banquet, which turned out to be a farce. As I said, I am willing to fulfill their happiness. Since the eldest Miss Liu has someone she loves, how can I come between them? From today, I am cancelling the engagement with Liu Ruyan. As soon as the words were spoken, your former father-in-law, Qin Hai, somehow mustered the courage and rushed onto the stage, fiercely stopping you from cancelling the engagement. I disagree. I absolutely disagree. Chen Mo, you have no right to make this decision. Mr. Qin, what reason do you have to disagree? Your daughter has already made her choice and gone after her love. What do you want me to do? Should I send someone to capture and imprison her? Immoral and illegal things my Chen family will never do, and my family upbringing does not allow it either. Your words are undoubtedly a slap in the face to the Liu family, clearly implying that the Liu family has no upbringing and raised a shameless daughter. Qin Hai's face turned red as he continued. Chen Mo, Ruyan surely doesn't know that the consequence of this choice is the cancellation of the engagement. If she knew, she would definitely come back. Please give her another chance. Faced with Qin Hai's plea, you give a contemptuous smile and slowly shake your head. Mr. Qin, how do you know I didn't give her a chance? She herself closed off the path. Have you forgotten the video before the wedding started? Clearly, your daughter and Ye Fan have already engaged in improper conduct, so what use is your opposition? Your new son-in-law is still lying in the hospital at the moment. I think you should show some concern. By the way, Madame Liu, are you still looking for a live-in son-in-law for the third generation? If so, you should have said so earlier, and I would have withdrawn in time to avoid such a big misunderstanding. None of the guests expected you to be so calm, exuding such a regal demeanor. How could Qin Hai let such an outstanding son-in-law go?
He still wants to struggle, walks to your side, and softly says, Chen Mo, marriages in wealthy families are like this. You do your thing, I do mine. Ruyan has been with you for so many years, you can't just deny it after playing. She was just momentarily confused. Please forgive her. Marrying her is equivalent to gaining half of the Liu family's assets. For the sake of past feelings and this wealth, let's forget about cancelling the engagement.
In your mind, you're wondering if this former father-in-law has lost his mind, expecting you to endure such disgust after everything that's happened. Besides, you and Liu Ruyan are still innocent, having only hugged and kissed, nothing more. You've worn this green hat once, but you absolutely won't wear it a second time. The Chen family has plenty of money and doesn't need anything from the Liu family. Just now, I will announce the second matter. From today onwards, the Chen family will no longer be a strategic partner of the Liu family. After the current projects are completed, no new projects will be signed with the Liu family. This not only left Qin Hai dumbfounded, but also shocked Liu Huqin to the point where she couldn't stand. Overcome with anger, Liu Huqin fainted on the spot. Quick, take the old lady to the hospital. The Liu family hurriedly helped Liu Huqin up and took her away from the scene. Seeing this, Qin Hai shook his head fiercely and left as well. You stayed to reassure the guests. After everyone left late at night, the noise subsided and the Chen family returned to calm, but beneath this calm lay turbulent waves. You and Shen Yuchu returned to the living room, silently drinking sobering tea. Shen Yuchu was like a rose in late autumn, not ostentatious, yet exuding an irresistible charm. If Liu Ruyan is like an ice lotus, then Chen Yuchu is more like a black rose. Chen Yuchu is 3 or 4 years older than you. The Chen family adopted her not long before my mom became pregnant with you. Even though the Chen family had you, they did not neglect Chen Yuchu, the adopted daughter, and still raised her as their own. Ultimately, it was Chen Yuchu who broke the silence. Chen Mo, do you really intend to let it go like this? Liu Ruyan treated you like that. I really can't stand it. How could she betray your sincere heart like this? As Chen Yuchu spoke, she began to cry. You no longer pretended to be indifferent, collapsing into the chair, eyes vacant, filled with sadness, despair, helplessness and disbelief. Since your rebirth, you still can't believe Liu Ruyan would treat you this way. The humiliation of the elopement is just the tip of the iceberg. What you have endured is far more than just today. Compared to 10 years ago, Liu Ruyan, in order to avenge Ye Fan, actually turned you into a vegetative state. You comforted yourself. This matter will definitely not end here. Liu Ruyan is secondary. I want the Liu family to pay for her choice. What do you think is most important for a woman?
Before Chen Yuchu could answer, you continued. Today, I publicly exposed the photos of Liu Ruyan's affair. Although it's a Pyrrhic victory, Liu Ruyan will never marry any wealthy young man again. The Liu family will never allow Liu Ruyan to be with Ye Fan. We don't need to take action. The Liu family will handle them both, and we only need to deal with the Liu family. I want to bring the Liu family to ruin.
You gripped the teacup fiercely and said, your eyes revealing ferocity and murderous intent. Chen Yuchu had never seen you like this before. She felt as if you had become a different person. Alright Chen Mo, I will always support you. The Chen family is your backing, and together we will make them pay tenfold. Chen Yuchu walked to your side and touched your forehead, just like when you were young, and you looked at this face you missed so much.
In your previous life, after you became a vegetative state, Chen Yuchu would come to take care of you every day, turning you over, massaging you, doing everything personally, and telling you about what was happening outside, finally patting your head. You couldn't help but get up and hug Chen Yuchu. You don't know where Chen Yuchu was taken by Liu Ruyan in your past life, or what kind of ending it was. Until your death, you regretted why you fell in love with Liu Ruyan and allowed her to harm your family. You warned yourself that the only person you must not let down in this life is Chen Yuchu. You rested your head on Chen Yuchu's neck, inhaling the familiar scent, and the feeling of regaining what was lost broke your defenses, causing you to cry out in pain. Chen Yuchu was suddenly hugged by you, her delicate body stiffening. The two of you had not embraced since growing up. You should know, you could say you were raised by Chen Yuchu, following behind him since childhood, until you grew up and met Liu Ruyan. And because of Liu Ruyan, you distanced yourself from Chen Yuchu. Hearing your cries, Chen Yuchu thought you were still reluctant to part with Liu Ruyan. His heart trembled, and he embraced you, patting the back of your head, comforting his crying younger brother, just like when you were little.
You cried your heart out, venting the depression inside, and felt much better, a bit more lively. Sister, you should rest early. We have a lot to handle at the company tomorrow. After saying this, you walked out.
Where are you going? It's so late. Are you still going out?
Chen Yuchu asked. I'm going to the wedding house to retrieve some things. They are my parents' belongings and can't be left with Liu Ruyan, you explained. Knowing that you weren't regretting or going to find Liu Ruyan, Chen Yuchu didn't say anything more and arranged for someone to take you away from the Chen family. After you left, Chen Yuchu let out a cold snort.
No, family. It's time for us to settle the score.
Chen Yuchu is not just a pretty face. At 22, he was able to support the Chen family and keep it standing, which is enough to prove his capability. In the past life, if it weren't for your indulgence, directly taking away Chen Yuchu's power, how could the Liu family have taken over the Chen family's business and caused Chen Yuchu to be captured by Liu Ruyan? Tianhai Pavilion is a villa area developed by the Liu family, and your marital home with Liu Ruyan is located here. You open the door and walk straight into the villa. Looking at this familiar yet strange room, you feel a mix of emotions coming from the heart.